Hey, how's it going? That's me. My name's Thew. I'm an online guy. I'll talk about toys on the internet. You know the type. I also used to make fun long-form videos about bootleg Transformers. It was kind of good. I did it a few times. I'd make fun of their blatantly ripped-off designs, their shoddy quality, and goofy-ass names. Maybe smashed a couple with a hammer. I loved it. The fans loved it. It got pretty popular. But then it got weird. I got complacent. I left it too long. The knockoffs started piling up. I received more and more packages from you, the viewers, more and more bootleg robots, some amusingly inept, some fascinatingly unique, but mostly just more and more pound shop, bargain bin, bottom feeder garbage in bigger and bigger quantities until I was overwhelmed. Adrift amid an avalanche of putrid plastic, my home is bursting at the seams with boxes upon boxes of this crap. It's more than I can process. I don't know where to begin. It's kind of defeated me. And we did this, you and I, because you sent them in, because I asked you to. But this has gotta end. It's all gotta go. One box at a time, one episode at a time. I'm giving all these rotten robots what's coming to them. Maybe we smash them, maybe we don't, but they're all getting roasted. Today I face down the monster we created. Today I dismantle my nemesis. It's gonna be a beatdown. Happy holidays, my discount darlings! Welcome to this, which I guess we're calling the Knockoff Beatdown Reboot? Rebeat? Boot down? Where I'm finally committing to review and or ridicule every single knockoff that's piled up at my door over the last half a decade. Yes, we're doing this. So here's what I'm thinking. We'll do a bunch of episodes, we'll take a batch of KOs at a time, we'll check them all out, we'll make some puns, we'll have some laughs at their expense, and then destroy them. Or, if they're good, if they're charming, if we like them, we'll draft in a galaxy shifter to take the hit in their stead. Now, these are the blandest, the most basic, the least interesting kind of quitter-pop tat you can find. Just a rabble of barely distinguishable copy-paste car formers. They look like crap, they feel like crap, they transform like crap, they're everywhere, I've got dozens of them, and they've gotta go. Do not grieve, okay? They knew the risks. And we'll make that decision based on a single criterion. It's my show. Do what I want. Is this a reboot or a holiday special or just another episode? Is there such a thing as too many fairy lights? Does it matter? No. So pour yourself a hearty goblet and nog and join me for a holiday season festive throwdown. Welcome to the Christmassacre. So we'll kick off with something a little bit accessible for the kids, for the incoming audience, with these mangled echoes of tentpole TF rivals Optimus Prime and Megatron. Now, these didn't come from a set or a 2-pack or anything. They were simply separately simulated, serendipitously at the same scale, from the pocket-sized 2011 Reveal the Shield figures. And to kick off the festivities, we got Buster Primes here, who's a prime example of when a knockoff fails to be entertaining in any capacity whatsoever. So good job we're opening with it. I mean, it's just the same toy again, but bigger and not as good. And that's it. It's really just doing the generic cheapo bootleg toy thing. The plastic's horribly thin and bendy, like a shampoo bottle. It can barely even hold its own head up, and nor should it. And the missing silver grill paint and like orange diaper just make him look like he's showed up to work in his undies. I'm a little bit embarrassed for it, honestly. I guess the truck mode's fine, but the whole guy just emanates this horrid aura of failure. Like, it could have been successful, but he couldn't be bothered to put the effort in, so he's like, whatever, guess I'll just be this. Can't relate. Anyway, I can't say for certain where this Optimus came from, but I'm reliably informed that its name on the package was Robot in Strong. Robot in Strong? More like Robot in Weak. Ha! Got him. Now for his equivalent and opposite number, Megatron the Stallion here. This magenta mother lover definitely embodies the answer to a question nobody asked. What if Megatron was purple and even sassier? Oh yeah. So there's no way this is even from the same factory as that bendy-ass Optimus, having as it does way nicer plastic and a way spicier style. Like, the colours are just viciously vivacious. The face has got this stupid, saucy, sneery smile. We got the chest decked out like a friggin' yeehaw carnival. Robot pistol. That sure is what Megatron is. And check out these golden shin tattoos of, like, a tiger that's on fire? Hell yeah! This bitch parties. Now bring a bucket and a mop for this weak-ass pistol. This is flimsy, baby. Like, it's just about holding its shit together, and its material is so weak. Mood. But listen, this is actually quite unusual for a knockoff in that it does have some utility over the original version, because the real one was like this big, so it does kind of make more sense at this scale. It fits in a human-sized hand, and I hate this, but it's made me realize that Reveal the Shield Megatron is totally dabbing. Head down, one arm tucked, other arm extended off to the side, that's a dab. In the 2020s, we're dabbing, are we? Get with it, Grandad. Fortnite is over. So, do you see what I mean? Is this a suitable refresher in what we like about knockoffs? Two ostensible sibling bots sloppily reproduced by different shady manufacturers who them up in wildly different ways. Both oversized, both bad quality, but one completely bereft of redeeming features and the other an absolute unsanctioned scream? I think you get it. Bigger question though, should we smash them? We're only a couple of minutes in and I already find myself conflicted. Because like the Megatron's made of this hard, sharp, thin plastic that I'm sure would shatter up real nice for the camera. But also I love it and it's too precious to lose. It's a purple Megatron. This is as safe as a knockoff has ever been in my care. So that's one for the Galaxy Shifters. We good? We ready? Jesus. Meanwhile, Strong Sad over here absolutely sucks butts and I hate it. But its plastic is so squishy and rubbery that it might actually be impervious to blunt force attacks. So I guess I'll have to put my ass onto it. Put it into my ass. Put my ass into it. Next up, we got a couple of flimsy fakeroos from a sketchy Spanish company called Fantastico. Bit of a stretch. Dig, if you will, this Distortion Hero Super Distortion Robot. Distortion. Which may be familiar to longtime fans, because we've totally seen this mold before. At Christmas, no less. Yes, mate, this is simply a downscaled Turbotron, or the robot we know as Turbotron, whose name actually appears to be Flamey Blade, from the mysterious Chinese toy line Robo Revolution, and this is definitely a downgrade in every sense. Like, the plastic's shittier, the tampos are misaligned. It's a smaller version, but it's still got all the same components, so it's fiddly now. It's got a friggin' business card stuck to it. Plus, it hasn't got a combiner partner, so you can't do a super robot. Sorry, distortion fit. Oh, look, it's Firenado. There's even space in the blister for a cosmic broadsword, and no cosmic broadsword. But hey, she do have a hat. Hope it's hammer-proof. This guy. Oh! God damn! Following up then is this Deformation Warrior Rescue. Aw, he's a rescue. Whose freaky-faced Halloween mask-looking ass is in fact a stripped-down take on Dark of the Moon Legion Topspin, which in fairness was already one of the less interesting car robot toys out there. But here, in basic blanket colours with all the edges sanded off, it takes on a kind of spectral quality, like the avenging, dissatisfied spirit of a toy that never got to be good in the first place. Ooh, I'm sad that I suck. Like, do you remember Monster in My Pocket, the super scary series, when they went all squishy and see-through and ran out of good monsters? I guess the robot mode's kinda charismatic, in a way, with some pretty fierce lime green Ebera claws and a pretty sweet shoulder-stacked overcoat cocoon, but it's eerie, man. Like, it weighs nothing. I'm only vaguely aware that I'm holding it. He's once again gone and doxed himself. And then you got this featureless puddle of a car mode that's so indistinct I genuinely can't tell if it's in focus. It barely even feels like a knockoff anymore. This is the ghost of a toy that was already pure ass. This is straight up rectoplasm. So thank God for that box art. Cause like anyone can steal some Fall of Cybertron character renders. Anyone can snatch a handful of vaguely robot-y sounding words out of a hat. Deformation Warrior Rescue, sure. Stronger attack, cool shapes, nice. But it takes a true hero hero to barefacedly steal some Star Wars Clone Wars promo art, shoehorn Optimus Prime into it, and wantonly slap Jazz's face over every character's head except Jar Jar for some reason. Poetry. This is some all-timer shit. Thank you, Topspin. Bottom Wibble. What a contribution. Now perish. Oof. It's more effective than expected. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. While we're on the boxed Bayformer bootlegs, might as well slide in this Transmutation Warrior, which is simply an inflated Dark of the Moon Legion skids. And you'll be delighted to know it converts from car to N-O-3-O-4-O. Honestly, this is a flimsy but faithful enough upscale of the original toy, which I did have for a bit, but I moved it on after we did that big skids review. Remember that? That was good, wasn't it? Remember that whole comprehensive, carefully constructed toy history that I did? That ended in this big emotional denouement about how maybe nostalgia's a fool's game, and maybe it's time to finally stop clinging to this vague hope of getting a new G1-style skids toy. And it was heartfelt and funny, and it went over really well, and I felt like it was some of my best work. Doesn't mean shit now, does it? But look, I didn't have anything to say about Legion skids then, and I really don't now. This is exactly as lame a toy, but there's more of it, and the plastic's worse, and the paint job sucks, and God, I hate his face. Aren't you so sick of this guy? Haven't we all had enough of him? Get dead, stupid.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad.
He died the way he lived. Like an asshole. Right, about time we got a bumblebee in here. For the algorithm, for the thumbnail. Now this barrel-chested bumblebee beefcake is in fact not a transformer, or a knockoff of a transformer, or a knockoff at all, apparently. He's simply a transforming robot that looks like a bee. So he's technically no relation to our beloved bug-themed mascot man, but isn't he though? He's definitely got the look down with his black and yellow high-vis uniform and mechanical grey lowlights and general aggressive jock aura. Decent bit of head design there with the serious mech face and the antennae. Probably make a solid waspinator actually. But mate, you cannot be ready for this beast mode. You are not gonna believe it. Oh my god. Every time. It just gets me. So get this, lads. This super deformed Adorabug actually comes from a whole line of sickly sweet creature formers called, and I'm not making this up, Hop Hop Bunny. I can't do it without grinning. I can't say it normal. I don't think you're supposed to. And that's very much the power this thing has. Has there ever been a bee more charming? Look at his little blue wings. 4 of them. Look at his huge yellow butt. 2 of them. Look at his little hands. They're just bobbles. Look at his face. It's huge. It's friendly. You can make it sleepy. You can make him sleepy. Hop Hop Bunny Bee got me swooning senseless. It's like an area of effect smile spell, and I will not be rolling to save. I suppose the posability ain't great, and he does have visible arm kibble in both modes. And he does regrettably have an antenna off there. That's not on him. He was made promises about storage that were not kept by me. Come on, how are you not gonna love this? Don't be a hater. Be a pollinator. Show me a shifter. This, one of these. It's all so juvenile. It's all so juvenile. But I guess we better bust out an actual Bumblebee knockoff. Yes, mate, say hi to this oversized effigy of the TF Prime Beast Hunters Bumblebee figure, storming onto the scene alongside a certain dusty trail cutter. Now, sadly, these beastly munters are already on the back foot, because I just wasn't a big fan of Beast Hunters. Was anyone? Like, I didn't love seeing those gorgeously slick Transformers Prime figures defaced and overburdened with an impractical quantity of spikes and ungainly gimmicks. It felt like vandalism. But as an oversize, I don't mind like it so much. Like, with size on his side and a bit more space to breathe, this big beehole is kind of working. This is fun. It's a legit impressive, ugly-ass road warrior bumblebeast that packs some proper visual clout. The quality's not even terrible, it feels alright, he can stand on his own. Love the optional arm cannons that are way too big, even for him. Like, look at that port, where's that going? And I'm all about this comically gigantic, underpowered crossbow. Come on, Ballista Flockhart.
Get him, Bumblebee. Oh, this is totally Bumblebee doing this. Oh! Got him!
Can't quite keep up the enthusiasm for trail. I can't believe it's not cutter here, though. I mean, the truck mode kind of rips, looking as it does brutally boxy and severely spiked up in an oddly festive holly and cranberry colour scheme. Oh, the weather outside is weather. But as a bot, hate it. Actually hate it. And I don't know if it's the unfortunate sickly shoulders dangling off these manky stems, or the incomplete transformation that leaves this hideous hollow placard behind his head, or it might just be my own personal hang up against the TF Prime Commander Class Ironhide base mold, which I bought when I was having a really bad day and I didn't like it and I didn't know why I didn't like it and it just made me feel worse. And this is just a big ugly nightmare version of that toy and by extension that mood, but whichever way you want to slice it, it's still the same shitty cake. Nothing fun, nothing funny, no silly gimmicks or saving graces, just frustration and irritation and negative association. You know where this is going, right? F this thing. Disrespectful. I will literally destroy 100 bootlegs instead of going to therapy. How are we doing out there? You feeling me? Chuck us a subscribe if you're feeling me. Maybe hit me with that good thumb? Or a bad one, doesn't matter anymore, does it? Right, let's get horrible. It ain't all funny mistranslation and straightforward upscales around here, baby. Some of these things are unpleasant. Like, check out this pair of non-specific nightmares. Now, I don't begin to know where these came from. I mean, shoot, he gave them to us years and years ago, but I don't know where he got them. I'm like, what are these? He's like, I don't know, but I hate them. And he was right. Oh. So they're both big, both chunky, both ostensibly quite old. Same. Both horrible, mysterious, and vague. And they've both done unspeakable things with Sunstreaker's head. Like, regard this rainbow of soft focus suffering, which I've taken to calling Pete Pastelthwaite. It's definitely got some Brave Ex-Kaiser vibes on the go, like Caligulus that I didn't clock was a Brave knockoff at the time. Packing the same kind of clumsy corpus as that big drill fellow with the old flip-out treads that hinge outward for no reason. And I suppose he does pack a respectable, if proportionally awkward, tank mode, awkward, but that head is disturbing. Like, it's literally just a jelly mold of Sunstreaker's head set into a thin plastic flap. Like a sheet of latex they pushed over his face while he was sleeping. You can see the full relief of it from the back. Ugh. And it's somehow made so much worse by the gentle preschool colours. You'd think that'd take the edge off, but it actually just amplifies the body horror. This is literally a Crayola cryptid with the physique of a filing cabinet and a stolen face stretched across a serving tray suspended above the void where it should have a head. What am I, David Firth? Get out of here. Your boy Thew is not a role model, alright? And things are only gonna get uglier. Same. As we reluctantly turn the camera on what may well be the most wretched thing to ever appear on the show. That's right, my face. Not really, of course. Obviously, I'm stunning. But I suppose it's my duty to introduce you to this thing, which I've taken to calling Blank Hank. No, that's far too much fun to say. He doesn't deserve that. Rod Dull? Elon Husk of the Boring Company? I don't know if that quite captures the unease. We'll workshop it. But this has to be among the least appealing toys I've seen in my life. Simply a lumpen grey slab of kind of nebulously not really anything. Wheels too small, parts too droopy. Detailing somehow both too heavy and not defined enough. I feel like I can't see this thing. And it transforms horribly in two unpleasant scrapey steps into a robot mode that is absolute havoc in the most distressing way I can imagine. I mean, look, if you can stomach it, at this malproportioned, chubby-armed yet skinny backwards-handed spook in watered-down grey and overpowering teal, with torso detailing that blatantly doesn't fit his torso, and a hauntingly colourless Sunstreaker face the thickness of two entire Sunstreaker heads, with a creepy contraboss bald baby alien assimilation vibe and like a goiter. Oh dear, that's new. Didn't know it could do that. Oh, that's a lot worse. It can dance. Like, this is hell. This is what greets you at the entrance to robot hell. And like, the use of Sunstreaker's head does kind of put me in mind of early Diaclone, but I don't really think this is a knockoff of anything. At least I hope not. Imagine being the thing that inspired this. Ugh. Oh, Sunshrieker. Got it. Oof. Oof. He died doing what he loved. Being an asshole. I am chapped. I am one chapped chap. Should we have something nice? A little inoffensive palate cleanser, why not? So this squishy little pish bag is, I think, a knockoff of some obscure thing called Happy Qbot? I think? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's daft as dickheads, and I'm fully here for it. Look at that. Look at that kibble. Oh, I wonder how that works. Now, this barely feels like a Transformer, honestly. That is, it's got a couple of Transformer-y touches, like the older hotshot chest straps. You see that? Kind of there, right? And these, like, vaguely Megatron-y shin grips. But it still scarcely even passes for a robot, really. It's more like a generic and extremely cheap action figure, with a vague, chunky feel and a minor mechanical mist, coupled with some confusingly mixed animal theming. Like, the head definitely reads bear with its little teddy ears and scowly growl, but then you flip over this massive kibble blob, blibble, and it's clearly a frog. A very adorable and visibly pleased frog with a big goofy amphibian smile and little crown-shaped feeties. So frog, robot, Optimus Prime, not like the beer. Bumblebee? No, wait. Lily pad, Lil Hoppy. Lil Hoppy! There you go, like a beer. It's a Lil Hoppy. Really just workshopping jokes on the fly. Look, I simply cannot be mad at this pad hopping pal. I kind of admire that it's blatantly boosted a bunch of official sound effects and voice clips. Oh, are we done? Who would think this is official? Who are you hurting? Leave him alone, he's endangered. Isn't that sun pigeon? Custard gannet. Anyway, we might have a bit of a rare treat for you now. Actually, I don't know if rare is the word, but a less common treat. That's right, baby. Papa's gone and got you some knockoff gobots. Is anyone still out there being snippy about gobots? Am I going to get a bunch of comments like, actually, gobots are all knockoffs of Transformers, because Transformers are better than gobots, you see. Tee-hee, I am funny. Is that you? Are we still doing that? Have we moved on from that yet as a society? And if not, can we? Anyway, this bite-sized babe is a KO of Leader 1. Let's call him Leader None. And it's a very annoying kind of bootleg in that it doesn't really have a thing. It's very almost identical to the real one, except for his Sunday duty boxer briefs and like an 8% quality drop. And the only flaw I can really pick on is that it's got a bit of a gammy wing. But like, my real one's also got a bit of a gammy wing and a bit of a gammy leg. It's even got all the die-cast parts and a neat little in-cockpit sticker. So what am I supposed to get out of this? What use are you? Ooh, look at this thing. It is similar. Like, it's not quite good enough to be a real one, but it is good enough to be so close to the real one that I don't want to harm it. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if this was just the Machine Robo version? It might be. Yes, Queen, give us nothing. Ooh, the alt mode doody-doo. Not even a doody-doo. It's a deathty-death. Ooh, got him. So how about an actually interesting KO Gobot? Cobot. Yes, indeed, this little counterfeit cop cluster, proclaimed on its packaging as Salvation in One, Waterborne Policeman, is a bootleg set from Machine Robo Rescue. Because, quick aside, the Gobots are just the Western market release of a Japanese toy line called Machine Robo, right? We know this. Are we caught up, casual viewers? Do I have any casual viewers? And Machine Robo apparently made a combinary comeback in the early to mid 2000s with a bunch of Gestalt Gang gift sets, which completely passed me by, but they actually look pretty sweet. Check out some of these things. We got like Voltron versions of Copter and Fightor and Drillma Flintstone. And even these biker boys have a mad Psykill vibe. You just got 4 identical, extremely Gobot-y hand-foot cruiser cuties and a central cop car lad with some wicked anime police bot J-Decker vibes. I've taken to calling the set A-Cab. That is, all cops are bootlegs, or simply a car and bicycles. Police Navidad. Police Navidad. Police Navidad. That's the whole joke. Honestly, this set is not terrible, man. They all work okay. The quality's like 60%. There's no hands for the big lad, but it ain't bad. It's quite cool. Mainly it just makes me want to check out actual Machine Robo Rescue. It seems neat, man. Like a more cohesive and low-key better version of Power Core Combiners, but make it Gobot. So I really hate that this is how I learned about it. From a box that says shit like, the 5 mechanism to begin with change to robot, and large aggregation. But the message has landed, and as we know, that's all that matters. Bootlegs as intentional guerrilla advertising. Maybe there's a market for that. I'm sorry about this. Psych, I wasn't sorry. I forgot to record that one. Okay, checkpoint. Where are we at? We got some Transformers in, we did some Gobots, we got some unknown Chinese shit, we got some possibly Brave or Diaclone stuff. Do you fancy some third-party knockoffs? And not the good kind, where you see like 2 or 3 companies just circle jerk upgrade each other's shit into oblivion. I'm talking down market. So cast your mind back with me, if you will, to the 2010s, if you were around then, if you were doing the Transformers thing, when the Generations line was making a dedicated effort to give the fans upgraded toys of classic characters for the first time, before that was all that happens anymore. Not complaining, we're very spoiled now. We've got friggin' Snapdragon, okay? We got Spinister. We have RC. We have several RCs. We have a good Retgar. We have peaked. We are currently peaking. So comparing now to 2010, rest of the world notwithstanding, it's a pretty great time to be a collector, okay? So looking at how things cracked off in 2010, doesn't it seem insane now? Doesn't it feel like we got about 8 to 15 official characters and then 200 third-party products rushed in to clog the market? To the point where practically everything was unofficial, or could be unofficially upgraded so as to be indistinguishable from unofficial. Oof, that's a lot of words. Don't miss those days. Who am I kidding? It's still like that. Anyway, I bring this up because probably one of the neatest products from that time was the Scouting Force Reflector-alike set from Perfect Effect, which may have been the first complete modern reflector years before Siege, wonderfully executed at super small scale, boasting a ton of accessories and ingenious weapon storage. And then some asshole stole it and made a cheapo one, and now it's on the bootleg show. Way! So say hello to Inspectro Morse, Isaac Glasimov, and, Thew Finder. Yeah, I'll name drop myself. What? Everybody knows I'm the Jason Derulo of Transformers. I'm the KMFDM of YouTube. Now this trashy trio of upscaled upstarts have nakedly lifted their designs from Perfect Effect, but weren't they kind of already stolen? Not to suggest that Perfect Effect weren't some smooth operators operating correctly, but would anyone really have bought any of that shit if it wasn't already pre-established Transformer lads? Ugh, let's not have that discussion again. What year is it? So this lot are pretty pants if we're being real. The plastic's paper thin, the heads are hollow and weirdly implemented, there's production pox all over the shop, they've even got a lot of the same damage. Check out the matching internal bumps on that right leg. That is the same component. Whoever made these so obviously just cast all the same parts in 3 different colours and then just mix and matched. And I can't lie, I'm into it. It just all feels very Decepticon-y. Like, this one totally has an animated Constructicon vibe, with the perfect green and purple colours and the gullible face and the hat hard-on. And this guy totally looks like a late-wave Pretender in a robot, like friggin' bird brain or road grabber with like a digital vaporwave sunset on his chest. Are you kidding me? This is rad. There's a level of unexpected authenticity here, you know? Like it's taken a legitimately good unofficial set and recast it as like an alternate universe version of the Reflector Gang from the goofiest timeline. And check out this absolute bundle of guns, Gundle, with all bonus shields and shoulder pauldrons and combat knives with holsters? Come on, this is a blast! It's definitely having an effect on me. A perfect one, you might say. Tragically though, and somewhat unbelievably, this absolute embarrassment of accessories is still only a fraction of what the actual set came with, and any Reflector trio does kinda live and die on its gear. Because the lads themselves transform in basically the same way as the Siege ones do. I think that's just how Reflector works, right? 3 identical dudes fold into 3 identical cubes which line up and clamp on like good boys, dangle some bullshit on them, boom, got yourself a camera. But in this case, they're missing so much of the stash that they barely make it to the camera. Like, they've only got half a flash, there's a huge hole in the zoom lens, they've not brought the big shield that goes under it, and the tripod clamps on, so the tripod's useless. This, sadly, is one gammy camera. A gamera. Oh look, deformation once again. What is it with that word? Why do all knockoffs have that on them now? Does it just have the word form in it, so they think they can use it? So as a transformer, this is simply not good enough, is it? It's an obligate combiner that doesn't have all the accessories it needs to do the thing that it does. But look, I obviously can't clatter this camera crew, can I? I'm all about a goon squad, you know this. This is like my one weakness. I love that they've upscaled it to be me-sized rather than Masterpiece Thundercracker-sized. I cannot bring myself to bring any harm to Reflector Salamanca here, and in spite of its many glaring flaws, this is just such a fun little bundle. A fundle. Fundle these nuts.
Sorry about this, boys. Feels terribly disrespectful. Got him. Pathetic.
Alright, enough combiners. Let's do an easy one. Here's a little guy. He is a Micromaster bomb shock knockoff. A bomb knock, a shock off. That's all I got.
Can't do it. He's too small.
And to round off today's shower of shame, I thought we'd go with just a squeeze of legitimately legendary dodgy toy action. That's right, baby, straight off 100 clickbait blog pages, the breakout bootleg so often seen alongside that superhero multi-pack with a Shrek in it. It's my weird honor to present to you today the notorious Bloodthirsty War Dolphin. Whew, is it weird that I'm kinda starstruck? So yeah, this aquatic abomination shows up all over the web in discussions of the wackiest off-brand toys you've ever seen. Number 7 blew my mind. And you can kinda see why, right? It's a ridiculous name, haphazardly slapped and slap-hazardly happed across an inoffensive plastic dolphin. Like, this is not the rampaging monster that name suggests. It's just a smooth blue swimmy guy with an expression that comes off less bloodthirsty and more sort of self-conscious. So it's an easy gag, isn't it? Whose idea was this? Who would call this bloodthirsty? Look at it, it's got anxiety. Tag your mum. So I get it, it's a silly toy with a funny name. You know, I'm not immune to it, I like it, but I had to open the box, and believe me when I say it, I wish I hadn't. Because astonishingly, the toy itself is just a generic animal transformer. Exactly the kind of tat that you would get for $3, maybe at an aquarium gift shop. Oh, that is daft, isn't it? Just kind of a generically silly robot man made of dolphin with an unusually vicious looking sword. I mean, it's kind of funny how messy it is, with like the entire tail folded up against his legs there, like creepy mammalian calipers. nose, and the entire face bursting through his chest like groundskeeper Willie, complete with flippers and bottlenose and gormless expression. Maybe I've seen too much of this trash, but this really does nothing for me. I've seen facsimiles of this figure 100 times. Just the same basic slidey components in different configurations, usually with a dinosaur outer, and always the same friggin' head. What is it with that head? I don't know, I'm not mad at it, I just feel like it comes off a bit disingenuous. Because for me, the thing that makes a bad off-brand toy funny is when it's a genuine attempt to make something good that went off the rails thanks to bad translation or lack of budget. The Rage Four Deform. The movability share it can turn 90. Still haven't topped that. 14 years ago that was. And Bloodthirsty War Dolphin just ain't that. Like, the box has got instructions in English and French, and it's suspiciously perfect. Just makes me feel like this whole thing's an intentional gaffe, alright? This ain't Tommy Wiseau. This is Sharknado. The box is the joke. The text on the box is the joke. Sorry, bloggers. Sorry, BuzzFeed. Is BuzzFeed a thing anymore? Am I basing this whole segment on something I read in 2014? I don't know. Just like Robot Cop 2, just like all that obvious plant shit you all think is real, this is clickbait. This is a gag. It's a good joke. I like it. But it is a joke, alright? This isn't genuine bootleg badness. I'm not mad about it. I'm clearly a bit mad about it. But it's the fact that everyone thinks it's real. It's so clearly a gag toy. It's a gag that only works in the box with the name tag on, and I've ruined it now. I've opened it. It's not good anymore. Just that. This little bit of card here is more entertaining than this whole toy, and isn't that dreadful. I had to do it. I had to open it for the show, for you, but... God, I wish I hadn't. Still though, we'll spare him the mallet's remorseless swing for now. As cheap a move as it may have been, Big BWD here is, after all, a viral sensation in its own right. Regardless of the means it used to get there, it's still a premium piece of bootleg beauty. A bootleg. One for the road? This is gonna be grotesque. But it's what they want from me. It's what they say they want from me. Okay, death blow. And, gosh, that's one batch down. Look at us go. Thank you so much for joining me on my first step out of the quag of crap that my house has become. I hope you didn't entirely hate it, and that maybe you'll join me for another one. Got a lot more bootlegs to bash through, so who knows what the next one's gonna be. Or when. Either way, keep it crisp out there, have a wholesome holiday, and I'll catch you in 22. Peace out, pimps. Random patron shout out! Oh, mate, didn't you think it'd never happen? Didn't I say I wasn't gonna do any more smashy vids? Listen, nothing I say means anything, ever, alright? Except when I say, thank you so much to everyone who supports me. You don't have to support me, and I appreciate that you made the choice to do so. I love being able to do what I do. I love that you all enable me to do it. Especially, for no particular reason, Mr. Daniel Roden. Thank you, my friend. I'm so pathetically grateful, and thank you for sticking with me. I know it's been a bumpy year. I'm always trying to raise my game, baby. I'm always trying to do bigger and better things. I got a couple cooking up. I'm glad we got this one done. Oh, what a time to be alive. All right, stay safe out there, baby. Catch you on the next one. Laters.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.